There's a couple things I wouldn't want you to play rock music without. And it's not sex and drugs and rock and roll, man, although, sure. But a swing feel and good triplet fills. And I'll, specifically on the triplet fills, one thing that somebody told Dave Lombardo from Slayer in an interview is that he got a lot of credit for his double bass work, but his tom fills were underrated. They always sounded like avalanches. If it sounds like everything's falling on the stairs, but it falls in time and works out and lands right, then you're doing it right. Maybe my favorite example of this is Keith Moon from The Who. If you listen to Happy Jack from The Who live at Leeds, or Substitute, or you listen to The Kids Are All Right, and I think he probably does it in Bargain and Baba O'Reilly and a lot of those songs too. Pretty much anything that Keith Moon is on. It has this sense of, you just pushed a bookcase over, on like 2 flights of stairs and you're about to watch it fall and spill every item that's on it. But you're not playing, like a machine. It's... If you get my drift. Yeah, so... In order to have control over that, you're going to have to work on your accents so that you're rising and falling. There's a feeling of swelling up to the next note, and not only that one accented note, but building toward it as well. A little bit of Bailey sound effects in the background there. Sometimes you can learn a lot by going deeper on one small piece of something and listening more closely to it and practicing just that thing. I've sometimes just one fill, one lick. I mentioned the song Rock With You by Michael Jackson. It's on the Off the Wall album, and John Robinson's the drummer. And the intro is fun. The intro is this. There's a couple things about that I think are pretty cool, that are worth practicing. I guess let me say first what this intro is not. It's not, and what I mean is, there's an accent there where he builds toward that note. So it swells a little bit towards that accent, and then he throws a flam in at the beginning of the phrase. So rather than, he plays. Sometimes it's fun to practice emphasizing the note before the accented note. It's going to give you a sense of momentum. This is especially true, I find, with triplets. So, triplets being 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of the triplet fills I like the best, that sound the most effective, you're emphasizing the lead-up note right before the accent as well. It's a little softer, but it's louder than the other notes. It gives you a sense of swelling, rising and falling. So you're not just playing, you're playing. A lot of the effective tom fills that you hear from, Keith Moon and The Who, Neil Peart and Rush, all of those guys, a lot of, and Ian Paice from Deep Purple, Alex Van Halen, a lot of those guys, that lead up note gets accented too, the and or the E right before the accented note. It's something to pay attention to.